Hello and welcome back, everybody. Here we are for episode 2 of Learning How to Play. This is the second week with Twiddle Storm. So last week we got a general feel for the deck, kind of understood how it worked, kind of made some misplays, learned from those, hopefully. um, Obviously, there are a few different versions of this deck. I do like this version a lot. There weren't any new cards from Throne of Eldraine that really stuck out to me. And I didn't really see anyone changing any cards, so we're just gonna run it the way it is. Admittedly, it does feel like the card selection we have access to is just the best card selection we can have given our deck. Like obviously, Reach Through Mist isn't amazing, but the fact that it combos with Psychic Puppetry so well, yeah. As far as that goes, we're gonna run the main board back the way it is. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and play through a league this time. Sideboard is the same, so it's going to be the same 75 from last week. I'm pretty sure the Snow-Covered Islands might be different. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and hop through a league. I hope you guys enjoy. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome in, everyone. Here we are. Alright, for round number 1. Alright, so this hand, we got 2 lands, we got cantrips. But we are missing both Psychic Puppetry and our land. I still think it's worth keeping. Between these two, hopefully we'll find everything we need by turn 3. So, we're going to keep it. It is a little awkward having the Grape Shot in hand since this card's pretty much worthless until we go off. Alright, playing against Jund. Alright, well. Got the Psychic Puppetry. We just need the land now. Unfortunately, we would have liked to gotten the land off this one, since Peer Through Depths can't actually get the land we need. Now, I'm assuming they're Jund. They may not be. Raging Ravine doesn't necessarily mean Jund. It's just the most likely choice. Alright, well, that obviously now they're Jund. Dark Confidant. This is a little unfortunate. If we had red mana here, I would probably just Psychic Puppetry this. Not Psychic, I'd Grape Shot this. So, part of me wants to just Peer Through Depths. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pass the turn and then Peer Through Depths. Opponent's going to get their Dark Confidant trigger. They hit a Bloodbraid, which, all things considered, is good for us. It's a card that doesn't have an immediate impact, but at the same time deals a lot of damage to them. Because there is a possibility that we could start going off and it not just be determinate, you know what I mean? Alright, Wrenn and 6. Alright, there's a fetch land. That obviously makes Wrenn and 6 pretty annoying to deal with. But that's okay. Yep. Let's go and Peer Through Depths. Alright, we did not hit a whatchamacallit, which is good. Alright, another Peer Through Depths. Serum Visions. Well, I mean, Sylvan Scrying isn't terrible. Scrying will allow us to find our last... Ooh, I got a discard. Let's discard the second Psychic Puppetry, I guess. This obviously gives away what we are. Right, Scavenging Ooze. So Ooze could be awkward here. I'm pretty sure it's going to play Blood Red Elf, because now that they see Psychic Puppetry, they know we're Twiddle Storm. Which means they're going to want to kill us as quickly as possible. See, this also sucks that we discard Psychic Puppetry now. Because they can just take Psychic Puppetry and we're just pretty much dead. So, I guess that would be an argument for why we should discard a Grape Shot. It's also possible they may not know what we're doing, so they don't take the right card here. Which I mean, I don't know. To me, this hand screams pretty loudly what the only reasonable choice is. Wow. I mean, that's not a bad choice. Like, it says draw 3 cards. So, it's fair. Yep. 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 Alright, I mean, they have 6 cards in hand. Alright, someone's scrying. I don't think there's a better way of doing this, to be honest. I think that we just gonna have to do this and hope that we survive until next turn to go off. I mean, this really makes me wish I would have kept Psychic Puppetry on top, but and I would love to see them just slam Bloodbraid here. Alright, well that means we know they have a land in their hand. Alright, now they take the Psychic Puppetry this time for sure. Yep, no doubt about it. Yep. I mean, they're at 9, so it's not impossible for us to combo off here, I guess. I'm just going to mark it down in that extremely unlikely category. But, I mean, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells already. Bloodbraid. Yep, Cascade Trigger. Alright, well, Thoughtseize makes it so that we're pretty much dead because they're going to get to take Peer Through Depths here, and then we have 3 looks at another Psychic Puppetry or more Dream Grasps. So, I'm going to go on the no chance for winning this one. They can also just take Dream's Grasp here to limit us down to having to hit. Yep. So that's their plan. They're planning on limiting us down to having to hit a specific card. Which that does make that taking the Ideas Unbound or whatever, or whatever it's called. Yeah, the Ideas Unbound a little awkward. There is another land, which is good for us. Let's go here. Dream's Grasp, Reach Through Mist. Alright, let's take Twiddle. Yeah, because we have to have the Twiddle. Alright, untap it. Yes. Float blue. Alright, here's Moment of Truth. Alright, it's still extremely unlikely we go off here, but I mean, yeah, okay, so be 6. Is that 7? Yeah, it'd be 6th spell, it'd be the 7th spell. Right? That's how math works. Is that? Yeah, alright. Cool. They just dealt themselves way too much damage and we were able to get there. Alright, so they're likely going to bring in Graveyard Hate. For Jund, it's usually going to be something like Nihil Spellbomb or Surgicals. Could be Ley Lines. Aria of Flame is awkward. I don't really like it too much against Jund. Rapid Hybridization and Prognify could be good. But I think I just want the Veil of Summers here. I think I want to kind of trim on some of this stuff, maybe. I mean, obviously, someone's crying there was what got us our Lotus Field and got us to the point of winning. I think this is what we want to do. Well, we want to submit. Maybe take out Echoing Truth instead of the Sylvan Scrying. Echoing Truth doesn't seem bad. It's pretty good if they have Leyline, I guess. Alright, let's do that. That way we do have an out to the ley line of the void. Because we can win without the graveyard, but it makes it a lot more difficult. We also do not have a great Jund hand leading on Raging Ravine. I guess that's not true. They just didn't have a great Jund hand for against us. Alright, this hand is a little awkward. Again, we're missing 2 parts of the combo. But this time we have 3 really good cantrips that we don't mind spending early. Also, Lotus Field's a card they can't discard from our hand. So we're pretty safe there. Alright, no Leyline to open the game. Which is fantastic for us. Alright, draw for turn. And it is Twiddle. Okay. Well, Twiddle isn't bad. We're going to Serum Visions here. That's a second Lotus Field, which means we got to bottom both of these. Because remember, Lotus Field doesn't actually do us any good. It has to be the 3rd land for it to actually be relevant. Now, next turn, it's interesting because Serum Visions technically only gives us 1 more look. While Sleight of Hand gives us 2 looks for another land. Alright, let's Sleight of Hand here. Well, we missed the land either way. So we're going to go ahead and go to discard, and we're going to discard... we're actually not going to discard the Lotus Field in the event of a Surgical Extraction. Yeah. This is very bad because this Tarmogoyf is going to get big very quickly. Basic Mountain from our opponent here is pretty good for us. That means we don't have to deal with the Liliana. I mean, don't get me wrong, Liliana is not like going to be the end of the game here, but she'd be pretty bad for us. Also, Sleight of Hand here is awkward because while Sleight of Hand gives us more looks this specific turn, Serum Visions would have given us a better chance of hitting a land the following turn. So obviously we really want to hit that land last turn so that we could go turn 3, try to combo off, since our hand is very much so in that flavor. But Alpine Moon naming Lotus Field. Okay, so with that being the case, we now have to hit... There's our land. We now are going to have to hit our... What do you call it? Our Echoing Truth for this. So because of that, I'm just going to pass the turn. Okay, so we lose all of our abilities. Alpine Moon, that's interesting. I guess it's good against Scape Shift too, right? Like, all right, we're gonna peer through depths here, hoping to hit Echoing Truth. Oh, that was dumb. I should have just tapped colorless for that. All right, well, I'm gonna take Sleight of Hand here, I guess. All right. Untap. Draw for turn. It is another peer through depths. So let's do this. Alright, let's Sleight of Hand. Take the coast, I guess. We'll then go ahead and... I guess that was wrong. We should have took Past in Flames, maybe? I don't know. I don't see us like reasonably going off here anyway. Alright, Kolaghan's Command. Although, actually, if we play this and then bounce this, that'd been pretty good next turn, actually. Yeah, I guess we should have discarded the coast. Yep, cycle Baron Moore. They're gonna get to pick it up with good old Ren in 6 next turn. All right, we're down to 6, so we're pretty much at that point now where we gotta hit Echoing Truth this turn or we're dead. Which not a great place to be here. Sleight of hand, Ideas Unbound. All right, Ideas Unbound is gonna give us the most looks. Sylvan Scrying. Although even if we Ideas Unbound here, we can't actually go off this turn. Yeah. Right, we can't go off this turn. Alright, let's just cast it. I had a bunch of cards that don't really matter. I guess we gotta pay blue. I mean, bottom top. And we'll go to discard and we'll discard, or no, we discard 3 cards anyway. 1, 2, I guess 3. Oh wait, no, crap. We needed the Yavimaya Coast, didn't we? Yeah, we needed the coast so that we'd have the extra mana this turn. That was a mistake. Yeah, we should have discarded one of these puppetries. Yeah. They gotta put us to 1 here if they want to. Veil. Oh wait, we don't have hexproof from Ren 6. I'm an idiot. This is only black and blue. Alright, well, let's hope they don't realize that either. Yeah, let's nope, they didn't miss that. Okay, yep. Did not miss it. Or I mean, I guess there's a chance they miss it. Okay, so we're bringing in Nature's Claims now as well. And for Nature's Claims, we'll trim one Ideas Unbound. I guess a Grape Shot. That does mean we have to dig through our entire deck to find the second Grape Shot, but I think that's okay. I think we just really need to protect ourselves from getting stopped. You know what? I think it's cut Sylvan Scrying, not the second Grape Shot. Never mind. Alright, well, we're stuck. Alright, we're gonna play. Gonna mulligan. I mean, this has everything you want. If we can dodge... The only thing that would have made this better is if we had a Veil of Summer in our opening hand here. I mean, we have a way to get started here with Dream's Grasp, Psychic Puppetry. But we're going to get Thoughtseize here, most likely. Not many other reasons they fetch on turn 1 other than the Thoughtseize us. Alright. English does the same thing. Here they can take Psychic Puppetry and we're in pretty bad shape. Also just taking, yeah, Peer Through Depths is pretty bad for us. Alright, well, that's second Puppetry, which again does nothing. It's all great having all this mana and stuff. Yep. So if we draw like Ideas Unbound, we could still technically have a pretty good shot at doing something here. Because they're most likely going to take the Dream's Grasp since it's a 1 mana untapped Lotus Field, and we already have 2. We have 2 Psychic Puppetry, so taking 1 doesn't really matter. No, they chose to take that. Are they going to Surgical Extract it now? Because if they do that, the game is over. We aren't reasonably going to be able to win this one. Draw for turn. Oh, no. Yeah, that was not what I meant to do. Oh well. Yeah, I didn't mean to click on it. I think we're in trouble now. I think if we just would have passed the turn holding up Veil of Summer, we might have been okay. Yeah, they're just going to discard spell us again here. Nope, Alpine Moon. Nope, they had the perfect hand. Discard, Alpine Moon. Can't do anything to beat that. Yep. If we don't start drawing something good in the next couple turns, I'm just going to concede. I don't want to waste you guys' time with a boring outcome. Yeah, we're gonna Veil Summer that. Alright, we drew another Lotus Field. Draw for turn. Echoing Truth. Botanical Sanctum. Alright, we're gonna play Lotus Field. We're also gonna pass the turn here. These not being legendary is really nice. Alright, we're gonna just pass the turn again. Looking for Nature's Claim. I think Nature's Claim would be the best card. Alright, they got 3 mana now, so now they can start doing something. They also have a green mana. It's very possible that's what they were missing, was green or just the more lands. Ren and 6. Yep, pick up the land. Come on, Nature's Claim. I mean, if we go for it and we hit it, problem is it has to be a Nature's Claim in order for us to go off this turn, right? Yeah, it has to be Nature's Claim for us to go off this turn. So we can go blue and blue. Draw 3 cards. If one of them is a Nature's Claim, we can Nature's Claim this. That'll leave this untapped. We can then Dream's Grasp. Put us up to 5 mana. Cast Past in Flames, Dream's Grasp, and go off, hopefully. They have 5 cards in hand. I don't think we're getting another turn. Plus, they could have a discard spell, and if they do, they just tear our hand apart again. Alright, so we're going to go for it. Admittedly, yeah, see, that, this is about to end very badly for us here. Let's reach through mist. Woof. Alright, well. Yep, discard 3 cards. I mean, at least we still admittedly have like the core of our what we need to try and win the game here in our hand. It ain't looking good for our hero though. Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf would be the least of our concerns here, to be honest. Yep, Bloodbraid Elf, Lightning Bolt. That's fine. Yep. Come on, deck. Show me a little bit of love. Nature's Claim one time off the top. Come on, 2 more looks. This is awkward. Okay. While we could Ideas Unbound and possibly hit the Nature's Claim this turn, the downside is if we do that, then we still have to discard the rest of our hand, which means we would have a lot of mana to Past in Flames flashback, But the issue is we're pinching ourselves on mana or pinching ourselves on cards for what may not be a big deal. All right, well that's a oh my god. Talk about a way to end the game quickly here. We're dead next turn. We are quite literally dead next turn. All right. We get one draw step. All right, let's go. Ideas. All right. Oh, it comes into play tapped. I'm a dumbass. Nature's Claim. Blue. Untap. Blue. Untap. Red. Flashback. Alrighty. Now we got 3 mana up, so let's just do this. Let's start with untapping another one. Blue mana. Cast Ideas Unbound. Flashback and Splice Under Arcane. This one will target the first one. This one will target the second one. And yes, untap. Yes, untap. This is going to be the one like rare occasion where this is actually reasonable to go off like this. Alright, so let's go. Cast with Splice. First one targets the first Lotus Field. Second one targets second Lotus Field. Yes, untap. Yes, untap. We have another Ideas Unbound, so we'll go blue, 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 blue. Cast with Splice. Untap. Untap. Okay. Yes. Yes. Alright, so we got Peer Through Depths. Alright, yeah, let's cast Peer Through Depths. Oh, wait, hold on. Make blue mana. Make blue mana. Cast with Splice. First one, first one. Second one, second one. Okay. Paying the 1. Serum Visions. We'll take the Serum Visions here. Doesn't really matter the order so much. Yes, untap. Yes, untap. What else do we have in the graveyard? Sleight of Hand. I guess just the Veil of Summer doesn't really make a difference. Let's go. Serum Visions again. Pop that back for a minute. Take Peer Through Depths. Oh wait, we drew Reach to the Mist. So top. At this point, we're gonna get there. It's just gonna take us some time. Top. Serum Visions again. Let's just bottom that now. Let's top that. Then let's go ahead and go blue, blue. Let's cast this with Splice. Target the first Lotus Field. Target the second Lotus Field. Yes. 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 Oh, that's a lot of clicking. Okay, so the idea is we're just looking for the Grape Shot at this point. Cast with Splice. Cast with Splice. Pay the 1 because I don't know why it makes me do that. Alright, we found the Grape Shot, finally. Any order. Yes, untap. Yes, untap. Red mana. Shoot them. Yep. And they concede. Okay. Whew. That was a tough one. Whew, man. Alrighty, 1-0 start there against Jund. I think Jund is one of our tougher matchups, so that's really good that we got there. Alpine Moon, great sideboard card. I think the more I think about that card, the more I think it's really, really good. It's good against Tron. It's good against Scapeshift. It's good against Twiddlestorm, which, well, yeah, obviously you're not going to put Alpine Moon in your sideboard for Twiddlestorm. The fact that you're putting in there for Valakut and Scapeshift, and Tron, and then also the added fact that, oh, you can bring it in against this random rogue matchup that you're probably only going to play maybe once in like maybe 3 or 4 tournaments, but still. Other than that, this game, their issue I think was they just had no clock. Like they had all the disruption in the world, but no clock. They gave us literal what felt like forever to draw to our combo. Also, I think in the first video, I was very afraid of Ideas Unbounding and missing. And then when I did do it, I was putting myself in that terrible, terrible position where I had to hit such an exact 3 cards that it didn't matter. I was so unlikely to hit it, it wasn't matter I was doing it. To where there, that was a situation where, yeah, we could have Ideas Unbounded a turn sooner to guarantee we don't get it ripped from our hand with another discard spell, but it paid off not doing it yet. So, alright, we are 1-0 with Twiddlestorm against Jund. We'll be back in just a minute for round number 2. Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are for round 2 of learning how to play episode number 2 with Twiddlestorm. Alright, so this hand's a little awkward. We do have a land. We have a Lotus Field. We have a Twiddle effect. We have a cantrip. And we have a couple of ways of trying to dig ourselves to a Psychic Puppetry. Obviously, these cards are not as good without Psychic Puppetry, but they're still pretty powerful. I think our opponent's mulliganing to 6. I think we can keep this hand. We have a draw step, and we have 2 draw steps and a Serum Visions before we might miss a land drop. I'm gonna keep it. Admittedly, it's risky, and Past in Flames is almost like a mulligan already. So, like, if this was a 5-card hand, or this was our 6, Past in Flames. Oh no 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 no! Oh no 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 no! No, 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 no. Hold on, opponent. No, 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 no. No Neoform, opponent. No Neoforms. Oh, God, no Neoform, opponent, please. Alright, we get to untap. Okay, yeah, I mean, this could be bad if our opponent is actually, if they are also the Lotus Field deck, we could be in some amount of trouble here. Oof. So, how risky do we want to play this next turn? So we could take another Dream's Grasp, which would let us untap Lotus Field twice. And then we could Ideas Unbound. Alright, I like that. Let's take that. Alright. Draw for turn. Sylvan Scrying. Alright, so let's do this. Lotus Field. Resolve its ability. Sacking these 2 lands. And I'm going to start by untapping it. And then we'll go blue. Ideas Unbound. Come on, Psychic Puppetry. Alright, we missed on the Puppetry. We're going to Serum Visions here, though. Bottom. And then let's Serum Visions again. Because we're going to have to discard a bunch of cards. There's another Ideas Unbound. Alright, I like that, actually. Let's go top. Go to end step here. And we're going to discard Scrying, West. I think a Reach. Yeah, so Teleria, Scrying, and Reach. Alright. Our opponent is, in fact, the Neo Shoal brand deck. If they got it, they got it. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay. Oh, and they concede the game. All right. Well, as you can tell, we were very likely to go off. We're gonna have 4 mana. Be able to immediately make 3 more mana. Immediately do this again. Yeah, we were just about to go crazy here. Having the second Ideas Unbound means we're probably gonna go off, especially since we already have a Past in Flames and we have another Twiddle effect right here. So we were very likely to combo him that turn. So our opponent is playing Neo Shoal brand or Neo brand, which is a little scary. But I think we have to bring in our 2 removal spells. Yeah, I mean, I don't really target our stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 1 Past in Flames and 1 Sylvan Scrying. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's submit it like that. So they obviously just had a rough hand. And if you're wondering why, oh Jesus. I think we have to mulligan this, but it's a little awkward to be honest. Yeah, they're starting the game with 7 cards in their opener. I mean, that tells me we're probably dead here on turn 1, but I think we're gonna mulligan. I think we're just so dead. I don't think it's worth it to mulligan to like 3 just to try and hit a Pognify. Oh yeah, we're dead. we're like super dead. Force of Negation's about the only card here that would save us. Yep, Once Upon a Time. They hit a land. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh my gosh, they passed the turn. Holy crap. Okay. Serum Visions. I don't want either of these cards. Because right now we are just looking for a what's that card called? Field of Lotus Field. Lotus Field is what we're looking for. So let's check the deck list real quick. Is Psychic Puppetry an instant? It is in fact an instant. So I'm gonna go Merchant Scroll for Psychic Puppetry, and we're gonna pass. Now that means next turn we can slide a hand. Unfortunately, we won't be able to combo off next turn. Slide a hand. Just take another slide of hand, I guess. Slide a hand again. Woof. Play a land. Serum Visions. Okay. We're going to bottom both of these, hoping to hit a Twiddle effect. I guess that's the play, right? The problem is here we're giving our opponent tons of time. So, like, they're probably 1 piece short. Alright, now they got it. They definitely have the combo now. Which, I mean, sucks. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's life though, you know. And I say they have it because they wanted to Neo or wanted to have Summoner's Pact this turn if they weren't going to go off. It's too risky because they would have a very hard time paying for Summoner's Pact next turn most likely. Now they do only have 4 cards in hand. Yeah, but I guess no, I guess they're still going to draw the same amount of cards. Never mind. All right, they had Alta Charm Worm. Again, I'm going to let them combo off. So we can see it. So we can see what the combo does. Yeah, because in my opinion, it's obviously a ridiculous combo. Like this is something I think that's definitely not something that Modern should have. But with that being said, um, it's a pretty interesting combo. You know, what in the world? Okay. All right, trying to get the most out of their next draw 7, I guess. I mean, as we saw, I wasn't the best piloting this deck, as we saw last week, but you know. Yep, Simian Spirit Guide. Simian Spirit Guide. Yep, Manamorphose. So this is like the awkward thing here, right? Like we have this hand that next turn is got a pretty high chance of being able to go off, right? Like we could either A, just naturally draw the Lotus Field, or B, we could draw a Twiddle effect, a free Twiddle effect, and then we can Sylvan Scrying and start going off. And with 2 ideas Unbound, plus the Psychic Puppetry, we're pretty likely to combo off next turn. So like now, like obviously they're gonna have to miss pretty hard for the last 16 cards of their deck to be the rest of the combo they need. Like they have to have the other what? Holy crap! They didn't have it. Oh my goodness! They fizzled. Whew. Oh my god! All right, they fizzled. Holy crap! I mean, sometimes your combo deck just beats itself, right? Like, holy crap! All right. Well, we're 2-0. We'll be back in just a minute for the next round. All right, welcome in, everyone. All right, so what we have here is a hand where we have all the combo pieces, our best draw spell, except we're missing 1 card, Lotus Field. But we have, we actually don't have any draws here. This is a little awkward. I don't really like the idea of just ideas unbounding to ideas unbound. I think we're going to keep it and hope we get lucky, hit a Sylvan Scrying, or maybe just... Actually, we can peer through depths for a Sylvan Scrying, too. Well, not peer for a Sylvan Scrying, but peer and hope we hit a Sylvan Scrying. Oh, God, there is a deck. Alright. Well, that's not a card we wanted to see. We already have enough Twiddle effects currently. Alright. Them just casting Sword of the Meek on turn 2 here is good for us. Draw for turn. That is also quite a terrible card. So I think we are gonna peer through depths for. Would have been worth it. We could discard 1, 2, 3. Maybe that would have been worth it. I don't know. No, we're just casting it. There was a Lotus Field we wanted. All right, we're gonna take a Serum Visions here, and we're gonna hope to draw Lotus Field. We do not. Now, admittedly, so if we do Ideas Unbound this turn, all we would get to do is discard 3 cards, essentially. We wouldn't be able to play anything else if we did hit the Lotus Field. However, with that being said, discarding a Twiddle, a Puppetry, and a Past in Flames is pretty okay. But we do just have a Serum Visions we can cast. I think let's just cast Serum Visions, because if we draw another cantrip, we'll be able to play it. Ooh. Alright, I like it. So, Coast. We're going to pass like this. Alright. Opponent needs to disrupt us or do something next turn that's going to basically not allow us to play Magic anymore. Oh, they could actually... Oh, never mind. Okay, they play attack. I was going to say, they could actually Whir of Invention for the other part of this and then slam Urza on the next turn and then we're just dead. Well, we're not dead, but they go to a ridiculously high amount of life that we can't really deal with. So our fail percentage with this many cards has got to be pretty low, right? I would think. Yep. And the lovely thing here is we also do not put ourselves in a very and okay. Draw 3 cards. Maybe not. Maybe we won't. Yes. Alright, well, I mean, just the one splice. Yep, untap it. Then, so if we go 3 red here. Alright, let's do this. Let's go 3. This is awkward because we have cast. Like, they realistically don't have any counterspells, right? Like, it's incredibly unlikely they have any counterspells here. And if they do, they're going to spend it on Past in Flames, right? Like, they're not going to... Okay, X is 1. I can't... Ooh, Nihil Spellbomb. That's awkward. Okay, resolves. Yep. Yep, I'm assuming they're not going to give us priority again. Yep. And this is obviously not good for us. Yes. Resolves. Blue mana. Twiddle. Yes. Blue mana. Cast Merchant Scroll. We're going to go grab Peer Through Depths. We're then going to splice Peer Through Depths. Yes. Take Reach Through Mist. Any order. Yes, untap it. 3 mana. Cast with Splice. Yes. Okay. Yes. Echoing Truth. This is awkward, right? Like, this is super awkward. Yeah, we just have a handful of, like, pieces, and we're about to discard, like, our entire hand here. That's awkward. But there's nothing we can do. We don't have any 0 mana cards that we could Because we go 3, this is then not enough to even flash this back yet. It'll be 4 minutes, so we could cast that, but then that doesn't do us any good either. Although, so if we tap this once, puts us to 4 mana. Go down to 2, up to 5, down to 3, up to 6. Cast this having 2 left. Untap it, go to 3, and then we could reach the mists again. And try to find another. Like, I feel like that's what we have to do here, right? Hold on. Can we undo that? Yeah, let's go red. Cast. Untap. Yes. Cast. Yes. So 2, 3, 5, 6. Alright, cast. Untap it. Yes. Make blue. Cast it. Actually, hold on. So if I splice this onto that, we make 4 mana, right? I think that does something good. Oh, I guess we make 4 mana anyway, right? That doesn't matter? Yeah. But now we can go reach through mists, casting flashback with splice. Yes. Woof. That's not good. Can we merchant scroll? Puts us down to 2 mana. Alright, let's merchant scroll for an extra copy of Peer Through Depths. Then let's go Peer Through Depths, untap you. I think we want to take Dream's Grasp to have extra mana. No, let's just take Peer Through Depths. Like, that just ensures that we get to search one more time. Yes, use it. Blue. Cast with Splice. Alright, this time... Yeah, this time I'm going to take a Twiddle effect. So I guess I actually should be ordering these correctly, and I haven't been. Just because on the off chance that this goes... Second Puppetry. Untap. Okay. Alright, now we take Reach Through Mists. Yeah, because we should be putting all the lands at the bottom. Yes, untap. Make blue mana. Cast with Splice. Yes, splice it. Okay. Yes. Alright, so how much mana can I make now? Make blue. Twiddle. Yes. Make blue. Dream's Grasp. Make red. Hold on. Cast for its flashback. There's that. Untap. Make more blue mana. Peer Through Depths. Oh my goodness. Yep, alright, that's all the splice we have. Pay 1 blue. I guess we take another Past in Flames. Any order. Yes, untap. Oh my god, we've cast 26 spells this turn. Holy crap. Alright. Peer Through Depths. Splice. Pay 1 more. Thank you. Grab the Grape Shot. Holy crap. Any order. Yes, untap. Red mana. Grape Shot. Oh my god. Okay, same targets. Holy crap. Okay. That took us a very long time to find it, but we found the combo. That was a lot of complicated lines. Holy crap. Alright, yeah, now we just, I guess I'm going to F6 through all these. Oh, 28 spells. Holy crap. Whew. And we technically still had like one more draw step we could have gone. Man, went through half of our deck in what felt like one turn. And that was through a Nihil Spellbomb. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna sideboard real quick. Against them. So obviously rebuild's appealing. Don't know if it's necessary, but it's appealing. Defense Grid is appealing. Arias and Nature's Claims are appealing. Pognify and Rapid are appealing because they can kill Urza, but I think if they get that far, we're just dead. So thinking about what sideboard cards they could have, they're most likely going to have Tormod's Crypts, Grafdigger's Cages, Spell Bombs. Most likely going to be things like that. Which in that case, I almost want to like cut out some of the graveyard combo and go Aria Flames. And like a rebuild or something. Because potentially this could be enough to get there. Yeah, because I mean it's not very likely that we're gonna be able to go off in response to the Nihil Spellbomb, or go off after a Nihil Spellbomb very often. Alright, let's keep it. I don't know if this is right or not. Maybe we're supposed to cut more Grape Shots and Past in Flames when we're bringing Arias. Maybe we're supposed to just cut all the Past in Flames here and try to win with Aria. I don't know. I really don't. I can tell you right now, this hand is super awkward. I'm going to mulligan it, I think. Maybe we're not supposed to mulligan this. They mulligan to 6. You know what? I'm going to keep it. We're a Lotus Field away from possibly just having a bonkers start, so we're going to do this. If we get Thoughtseize, I'm going to cry a little, but... Astrolab. Alright. Bobble. Draw for turn. Well, the draws keep getting worse. Slight. I mean, I'm taking the Lotus Field. Like, that's... You don't play this deck to not take Lotus Fields when you get the chance. Honestly, at this rate, I almost want to turn 3... I almost want to... Aria Flame before we do anything else. Alright, they shocked themselves. Alright, Emery, Lurker of the Lock. Draw for turn. Sure, take a look at my top card. Peer through depths. Okay. Yep. Alright, so you're going to be able to draw an extra card every single turn, which is a little annoying. Collective Brutality. That's actually fine, right? Like, we don't mind. Because it's Aria Flame, we don't mind. Alright, they took Psychic Puppetry, which is probably the smart choice anyway. Yeah, I didn't want to peer through depths here. Let's just draw a card for turn. It's a Botanical Sanctum. Am I actually playing anything this turn? I'm not, right? I'm just playing Lotus Field, and then next turn going Aria. I could... I guess let's peer through depths. Yeah, let's play Lotus Field, and then we're going to go ahead and peer through depths, I guess. Hoping to find something good. Well, this is tough. Dream's Grasp works a little bit better with Aria Flame. We're going to take Ideas Unbound. Any order. Alright, so next turn we're going to Aria Flame. Assuming we don't just get killed it, though, from here, which, I mean... I don't know. I could see it. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened before. Yep, a second Emery. They'll sacrifice the original. There's an Opal in the bin. Or no, they sacrificed the new one. Duh. They went. Why would you sacrifice the original? Alright, they cast the Opal. Goblin Engineer. Putting Sword of the Meek in the bin, I'm assuming. Grafdigger's Cage, eh? Alright, well, I'm quite glad that that was not the plan to start with. Okay, let's go cast Aria of Flame. Opponent goes to 26. We then Serum Visions. Trigger shooting them in the face. Scrying. Echoing Truth. Bottom, top. Go ahead and pass the turn here. See what they do. Next turn we should have a pretty good turn. The nice thing is going to be the fact that, obviously, Grafdigger's Cage here doesn't actually stop us next turn. So, they know about the rebuild, unfortunately. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. They know about it. Yeah, I do really wish now that I would have just taken the untap one, because then we could have untapped this and then rebuilt them during their turn with this after they put this into play. But I still think we're okay. I mean, like, we're not even really in a good position to try to Past in Flames at the moment. Also, I don't think we're going to be rebuilding during our turn anyway. It's probably going to be more advantageous to wait till their turn. Although I could see us playing rebuild and then grape shotting their board or something like that. Or grape shotting the Emery or the Engineer. Probably the Engineer. Or I mean the Emery. Because Emery seems better. Yeah, they cast the Bauble. I forgot they could also cast the Graphic Cage off her, too. It's kind of important. They'll probably just wait on this until the Grafdigger's Cage, or until we go to cast Past in Flames. Which would be smart. Alright, second Engineer. Put Sword in the graveyard. Nope, a Damping Sphere. Alright. Draw for turn. Yep. Look at the top card of our library. It is Sleight of Hand. Huh. Honestly, I kind of just want to play Sleight of Hand and pass the turn. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, you know what? We can take Lotus Field here. Play a second Lotus Field. Next turn. Next turn I have a bunch of mana. Oh, we already played land this turn. Oh, that was wrong. Okay. Alright, it's fine. We were just going to instant speed rebuild anyway here, I think. I mean, they're getting a ton of value out of this Emery and out of these baubles, but I don't know. I think we still have a chance here. I don't think we're dead yet. Obviously, we're not really going to be able to amass the kind of turn that we just kill them outright. I can't say we won't, I guess. I guess I just should say it's not. I don't think it's super likely. Alright, so they're brutalitying us here. I guess that means I have to rebuild now. Oh, crap. I can't. That's right. I forgot this shuts off our Lotus Fields. Yep, that's awkward. So that's game. We lose, right? We can't beat Damping Sphere now. Yep, that was a big punt. Yep, that was a big punt. Yep. Alright, well that's... I'm pretty sure that's his game, so... Yeah. I mean, I guess we can still technically attack, just start casting like one spell a turn to try and go off. I don't think the second Aria Flame actually would help here. Ideas, I guess. Yep, shoot you for 3. Yeah. Alright, well, at least next turn we have can have a decent turn. Will they sack off an Astrolabe to get back an Astrolabe? Yeah. I think we're just dead next turn. If not next turn, we're pretty close to dead in a couple turns here. Urza. Yep. And they're going to be able to get Thopter Foundry into play. Yep. What did they target? They targeted the Bauble? Oh, the Opal. Wait, when they sacked the Opal? Oh, I guess to this. 1, 2. Draw for turn. It's a Reach Through Mists. Alright, let's go. Sleight of Hand. Hit you. for 4. Top card is... we take a Psychic Puppetry. Okay. So we're most likely dead next turn, right? Like, almost certainly. But if they don't kill us next turn, we have a hand that could potentially kill them now. Yeah, get... Okay, Astrolabe back. Draw a card off Astrolabe. I mean, I find it very hard to believe in the top 26 cards they don't have a Foundry. War of Invention, yep. And there's just nothing we can do, right? Like... Yeah, because they have infinite mana with this and the sword. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, because they would go... We cast 2 spells. We deal 9 damage. Or no, it'd be 11 damage. Yep, only 11 damage because of this, right? Because we could go... Yeah, because we could... Yeah, if they didn't have the Damping Sphere, we might be able to get them, but... It's going to do it. Alright, so we got 8 minutes to win Game 3. We are going to bring in the other rebuild, and we're going to bring in the Nature's Claims too, I guess. Not a fan of that, but... Cut that. I'm going to cut the Merchant Scroll as well. I guess another Past in Flames. Yep, cover mana cost. And let's run it back. I mean, we can still win with the Past in Flames side of it. I don't know. This just like gives us an out. I would love to play first. I think we have to mulligan. That hand looked really, really good, but it was missing a lot of what we need. Alright, this hand's good too. And it's missing a significant less amount of stuff that we need. Hopefully we find Disruption early. Oh, we gotta take one of these. I'm gonna take Nature's Claims. I'll come across another green source. I just feel it. Excuse me. Yep, untap, draw my card for turn. Let's see what we get. I don't care. I mean, Echoing Truth is technically a card. We could theoretically go off next turn. Opal. Island. Goblin Engineer. Putting Damping Sphere. Okay. Off turn. That's annoying. So... Alright, let's play Teleria West. Because I think we have to wait another turn to potentially hit and go get Lotus Field. We're going to be too late. That's super annoying. Feels bad, man. But this is definitely a winnable matchup. I mean, we're not technically dead yet. Like, there's a lot we can still do, but I mean, I can't even say we're punished for like not taking the Greenland because that doesn't help us with Aria Flame. Like, if we could cast Aria Flame right now, I'd feel like we're in a pretty great spot. That's just it. We got nothing going on. And, like, I don't want to Echoing Truth this until we can actually start trying to combo. Which, I mean, to be fair, we have Twiddle, so that's going to help a lot with that. Like, our hand's very good to try and combo off right now. Like, we can even go Twiddle. We can go Aria Flame and Twiddle all in the same turn. Yeah, this just feels bad, man. But I mean, this is what happens. Like, you play a complicated combo deck that needs a lot of pieces to go off, and you need like 4 ofs, like a specific 4 of. It's very hard. Like the Psychic Puppetry, the Twiddle, like all the draw spells. Like, we have duplicates essentially of all of these cards. So they're not as hard to come by as, for example, Lotus Field is. Which, don't me wrong, we have Sylvan Scryings, which I think I cut. Yeah, I cut the Sylvan Scryings. We also have Teleria Wests, which can help us find it. So we essentially do have technically 8 copies of Lotus Field. But, like, both those other cards are very, very much so work cards to get to your combo. You know, that's not exactly easy to do. Yeah, I mean, Echoing Truth is fine, but I mean, like, this is the awkward situation where, like, obviously Nature's Claim is more intended for the turn we go to kill or we're going to try to combo off, we want to Nature's Claim it. Whatever it is. God, Damping Sphere is annoying. That card sucks. Not a fan of that card at all. Alright, so the chat's not saying our opponent's disconnected or anything, so I think our opponent's just taking their sweet time to do anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just going to pause the video, and we'll come back whenever our opponent comes back. Alrighty, our opponent is back. They took a good amount of time to finally respond. Sorry, I'm sure they just had to, like, step away from the keyboard or something. As opposed to being a bad sport. Urza resolves. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Letting our opponent untap with Urza is a very, very bad place to feel, or bad place to be. Although, they don't have a lot of cards in hand at the moment that they can do anything with. Alright, Snowcore Swamp, they can't play it. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm assuming no actual attack there. Alright, we're going to take 5. Untap, draw for turn. Yep. Come on, show me some love, deck, one time. Alright, show me some love, deck, one time. Reach through mists. Alright, cast it. Alright, we're gonna discard a Twiddle. Not looking good for our hero here. Like, obviously this is a situation too where we're just, like, super dead to the combo. So it's like, we, like, literally just have to play around every angle. Or not play around, but we have to, like, they're playing to so many different ways of beating us here. And we're playing to literally 2 ways of winning this game. Number 1 is that we draw Lotus Field and they screw up. Number 2 is they screw up their timing on the Damping Sphere. For me. Because you apparently don't have another artifact in hand. And don't want to activate Urza pre-combat for whatever reason. Alright, untap. Draw a card. Well, at least that's a Botanical Sanctum, right? Like... War of Invention? Sure. What are you going to go get, opponent? Thopter Foundry. Yep. How do we beat this now? Resolves. Searches. Alright. Second, Thopter Foundry. Okay. Alright, 6 me. Bounce that to your hand. Okay. Yeah, I guess we lose now, right? Because they just now get to infinitely respond to each other. Alright. Well, we get the L there. I mean, that's fine. We just didn't draw very well. A rebuild would have been good. Yeah, we're just so far away from it. Like, that's... I don't know. It's whatever. Alright, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that match. The game we won was pretty fun, and game 2 was really sweet, too. Game 3 was a bit of a dud, but, you know. Alright, anyway, we'll be back in just a minute for round number 4. Welcome, everyone. Here we are for round number 4 on the play this time. So this hand, we got a way of making a lot of mana if we ever hit that second land. I'm going to keep it. On the blind game 1, we don't know what we're playing against. I'd rather just keep a hand that at least has a large percentage of the combo pieces we're looking for. Certain Visions. Reach Through Mists. Alright, let's bottom this. Top that. Yep, Blackleaf Cliffs. So discard here, which is good because our hand is super redundant. They're probably going to take Peer Through Depths just because it's the best of our spells. Unless they have unless they're playing mainboard Surgicals, then obviously they're just going to take Twiddle and probably Surgical us. Which, while the odds of that happening are extremely low, it would be my luck that would happen right now. No, they take Reach Through Mist, really. Opponent must have assumed we... They must not have checked to see if we kept on top or not. I just don't care. There's that too. Ren and 6. Alright. See what we get. A lot of sleight of hands, I guess. Alright, let's untap. Draw for turn. Sleight. Another Ideas Unbound. Alright, so let's do some math here. Alright. So we'd have 1 mana. We'd go up to 3. We'd go to 5 to 8. That let us draw a lot of cards off Ideas Unbound, but could also turn out bad because we got to discard 3 cards. Let's just do this. Yeah, I mean, it could pay off for us, but I think it's even a higher chance of us just whiffing and dying. Because that's it. Like, we're going to get to draw 3 cards off of each of these. But, please just be Liliana. Yes, thank you. Okay. Alright, that's good. Yeah. Alright. I mean, obviously, this is not great for us here. This is, like, hands down got to be one of our worst matchups. Alright, let's do this. Let's go Serum Vision stuff start. Ideas Unbound. Bottom. I'm actually going to take that island, so let's go Twiddle. Yes. Ideas. Play the island. Ideas. Alright, there we go. Untap. 3 mana. Cast, Splice, untap. Okay. Yes. 3 mana. Cast, Splice. Okay. Ideas. Yep. Yes. Blue. Ideas with Splice. Targeting that. Okay. Yes. Let's go blue. Untap. Blue. Untap. Yes. Red. Past in Flames. Then let's go Twiddle. Yes. Blue. Untap. Blue. Cast. Splice. Okay. Yes. Blue. Cast. Splice. Yes. Okay. Yes. We're at 15. So let's go red mana. Cast. Splice. Okay. Yes. Blue mana. Serum Visions. Doesn't matter. Bottom. Top. Just draw a card. And then Grape Shot. Same target for all of them. Alright, that was a pretty basic combo. A way to combo off there. Again, risky to do it because we could have just drawn horribly and died. But I guess can we always yield to these? We cannot. Alright, that's annoying. Yep. Alright, well, on to game number 2. Winning match 1 against decks like this is very important. We are quite possibly going to lose game 2, but then turning around for game 3, we have a chance again of possibly getting in this. Now, admittedly, again, they could have Leyline of the Voids here, but we do have Echoing Truth for that. We could bring in Nature's Claims, but I think I just want to do Veil of Summer. Let's trim. I think just like this. I'll just cut both scryings, I guess. No, you know what? I kind of want the extra way of possibly finding the field. So let's just go like that. I don't remember if that's quite how I sideboarded last time against Jund. But I think generally this is fine. Well, So far, being 2-1 is not terrible. Obviously, we would like to be doing a little bit better. All right, this hand is. I mean, this hand feels like a mulligan, to be honest. Just doesn't feel very good. And, like, yeah, we could potentially Teleria West into Lotus Field on turn 3, and then Lotus Field turn 4, and then we have a pretty good start. Just gonna mulligan. I think I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna put Reach to Miss to the bottom, I think. I could be wrong. This could. Oh, they went to 5. So they're definitely playing ley lines. 100% playing ley line with that. Or not? Huh. Yep, I mean, Inquisition me. Take the sleight of hand here. Now I wish we would have kept Breach for Mists, because this is really bad, because now they can play around this Veil of Summer for quite a while. Because if they just go land threat now, we're just super dead. Yep. I mean, I guess we're cantripping this Veil of Summer here pretty much no matter what, right? Like, yeah, you see, like, this is what I was talking about. Like, they don't even have to cast anything for a while. Submissions. And we just can't bottom the Lotus Field. Like, that's the crappy part here. I mean, that's whatever, you know. Yeah. It's a shame because if we lose this mulligan to 5, we're going to feel pretty bad. Liliana? Liliana checks out. Come on, draw me something good, deck, one time. Alright, let's just go to the next game. At least if we have the green source, we still have Veil of Summer to protect ourselves with, but losing the Veil of Summer feels very bad. That aggressive mulliganing does feel like they have ley lines. And I really don't want to get beat by a ley line, to be honest. Let's try one Nature's Claim. That gives us 2 answers to their sideboard cards. We would love to play first. Alright, we're going to keep this hand. This hand's not amazing, but it's a hand that doesn't just lose to discard spells or necessary visions. Twiddle. Top, I guess? I mean, hand's not great, but cool. So Alpine Moon, that's a card we can't beat really very well. Right, that's okay, because now we'll cycle this, draw a card, play this, slide a hand. That's super awkward because we obviously want both of these. But for now, I think we just take the Unbound. Yep. Alright, well. We're probably in trouble here. If they have double discard, we're definitely screwed. Alright, big Tarmogoyf. That's not nearly as scary. Ideas Unbound. Let's go Peer. Take another Peer through depths. Alright, well, I mean we're not in super big trouble here. But I would definitely be feeling better if sure, Liliana's fine. Yep. I'm just gonna discard the Grape Shot here. Again, this exposes us to a potential surgical extraction, but given all of the cards that they have played thus far, I'm not super feeling the surgical extraction here. Alright, question of the day. Can I go off? I think we have to try, right? We have a lot of mana here. Serum. Bottom. Bottom. It's getting sketchy. Tap. Yes. So that's 3 mana. If we Idea Unbound. Alright, let's Ideas Unbound. Alright, we hit the Psychic Puppetry. Oh my gosh, that was scary. We hit the Psychic Puppetry. We're still going. Yes, untap. Cast. Yep. Pay 1. Take sleight of hand. Bottom, bottom, and then like that. Yes, untap. Cast that sleight of hand. Dream's Grip. Cast. Splice. Okay. Take Grape Shot. Put Truth, Puppetry, land. Yes, untap. Go blue mana. Cast. Splice. Okay. Take Twiddle. Serum Visions, land. Yes, untap. Blue mana. Cast. Splice. Untap. Okay, yes. Blue mana. Untap. Blue mana. Sleight of hand. Ooh, this is looking bad. Reach the Mists. Cast with Splice. Yes, okay. That's going to breathe some new life into us here. Target, yes. Yes. Okay. So at this point now, it is officially just don't misclick. And then, yep. Open this up again. Untap. Blue. Oh, we have 22 already. Never mind. Hold on. Let's just end this. We got 22 spells cast already, so let's just go. Grape Shot. Always yield. Same targets. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was sketchy. Alright. We found the line. We got there. Man. This deck sure is sweet. The other sweet thing is here, like, we found it. We just barely found the Past in Flames. Like, oh my goodness. Oh. Better lucky than good, right? Better lucky than good. Alright. There we go. 3-1 here. We beat Jun twice now. That's pretty impressive, in my opinion. Alright, we're going to play the 5th round. We'll be back in just a minute. Hello, and welcome back, everyone. Here we are for round number 5. We're 3-1 so far. So this league is definitely over impressed me. It's a little awkward, but we're going to keep it, I think. We got 2 draw steps to find a whatchamacallit naturally. Oh, we're getting discarded. That's going to be awkward. Oh, no. Crab. Alright, mill. This is... Okay. Yeah. Sweet. I mean, I guess if we have to... Oh, they're milling themselves. Hold up. Okay, so they're the like, new Dredgevine. Uh-oh. Glimpsing themselves. Getting a Narcomoeba. That was a pretty good hit. I'm getting 2 prized amalgams out here. Draw for turn. Alright, well, I guess that's not terrible. I don't really want Ideas Unbound next turn, to be honest. Although I guess I could have seen an argument for doing it this turn. Yeah, I guess I could have seen an argument for doing it this turn, and we discard Past in Flames, Reach, and then probably one of the cards we drew. I guess I could see that. Woof and woof again. Although, to be fair, if our opponent doesn't have an actual way to... They don't have 2 creatures to cast, I guess we're not in that big of trouble. Okay. Sure. Alright, so if we take this attack, we're going to take 7. But we can put these into their hand, and the next turn be 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I think we're taking the 7 here this turn. Because it's going to better increase our chances of surviving one more turn. And then, end of turn, this ability will resolve. And then I will go ahead and Echoing Truth these to their hand. And then we'll untap. Come on, Lotus Bloom. Oh my god, that sucks. Ideas. Okay. So they have to not be able to cast 2 spells next turn. And if that happens, we most likely go off. So discard 1. Let's put all 3 of those in the graveyard. With this set of cards, we should be pretty likely to go off here. Assuming we live, which that's not guaranteed. Yeah, we could very well die. And they have 3 creatures in hand we know of. So if they do have land and another creature, we're just straight up dead. Because, excuse me, just being able to cast 2 creatures alone is enough to kill us. So, let's see. Moment of truth. Triggers. Oof. Alright, well, that means we're dead. Yep, that means we're dead. As long as they see the line, we're dead. Yep, they saw the line. So we take 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Alright. 1 turn too slow. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we're still dead even if we did bounce them before damage. Because we'd be at 17, but they'd have 1 more attacker on the battlefield. Yeah. Yeah, so we'd still be dead. So it didn't matter. I guess it's Weather the Storm. And maybe like... Maybe a Nature's Claim. I don't know what they could have as far as their graveyard hate. Well, this Storm buys us time, and Nature's Claim deals with potential graveyard hate we could see. I will play first. If this was literally any other land besides a second Lotus Field, this would be the easiest keep ever. I still think it's a keep, though. We're going to look essentially 4 cards deep for the second land. Looks like we're going to have to look that deep, too. Alright, deck, just show me a little bit of love and just hit. Just hit. Just please hit. 1 time. Land. Off the top. Please. 1 time. That sucks. Alright, well that may make us slow enough that we just die, so that's cool. Yep. They're switching to milling us. Thank you, opponent. You just cleared 3 cards off the top of my deck that I didn't need. Yep. Alright. Glimpse themselves again. Yep. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Alright. So that brings back a prized amalgam, which is, I guess, not really the end of the world, but it's pretty bad for us. Alright. Land 1 time deck. Show me some love. Yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, opponent, just have surgical and put us out of our misery. Jeez. Like, so I guess that keep was a little loose, but like, the thing was, we are so... Oh god, just extirpate me? Are they doing it? Oh. Okay. Sure. Mill yourself for 2 more. Interesting. Well, that one already have Maya Coast we wanted. For me. Untap, draw a card. It's a Sanctum. Okie dokie. Well, 3, 4. Let's see. Technically, this could keep us alive, depending on what they play. Targeting me, or they targeting themselves? Me? And themselves. Okay. Interesting strategy here to mill themselves. Yep, exile it, deal me 3 damage. Alright, so... Conspiracy, casting 1 spell. Or, conspiracy, conspire. This one targeting them. Oh no, that targets me. Okay. So I'll put the top 4. Not bad. They'll put decent amount. Okay. Yep. Saw that coming. Alright, so we're gonna gain life. Now they're gonna take one of our psychic puppetries here. But I'm gonna hope we're lucky enough just to draw a Twiddle or a whatever else. Or they just screw up. Or that they just screw up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Taking Ideas Unbound is still, like, pretty good. Because it's going to super pinch us on cards we can draw. Alright. Holy crap. Yes. Oh my god. Alright. Untap. Blue. Okay. Yes. Blue mana. Cast with Splice. Okay. Pay 1. Take Ideas Unbound. Yes. Cast. Yes. Okay. Yes. So if I go blue, blue, it goes me to 4. Go to 2, go to 5. Right? There's that. Untap. Yes. Red. Cast Past in Flames. Untap. Blue. Twiddle. Yes. Let's pop up my graveyard because their side of the battlefield doesn't matter. Let's go blue. Untap. At this point, we are very unlikely to fizzle. Yep, there's that. Let's just do our Reach Through the Mists. Okay. Yes, untap. Then I guess let's start going through our Ideas Unbound. Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay. Yes. This is the part where we do have to start being careful. Yes, because we just need to cast the right amount of spells here is all we got to do at this point. Yep, untap it. Pay the 1. Yes. Sleight of hand. Serum Visions. Serum Visions. Top. And red mana. Untap. Grave Shot. There we go. At this point, we can just easily draw through the rest of our deck if we have to find the other copy if something goes wrong here. Alright. Man. Sounds like exactly what we needed. I don't know. I guess we just run it back the same. They have discard spells, so maybe we want these Veil of Summers. I don't know. What do we think? Do we feel like they are going to have actual graveyard hate? You know what? I feel like 2 Veil of Summers are just better than these 2 cards. Because, like, at worst, Sleight of Hand's going to cantrip. Or, I mean, Sleight of Hand's just going to cantrip. So, at worst, this is going to cantrip. A Merchant Scroll also just can find us an instant, which, I mean, you know. It's technically, I guess, better than Veil of Summer by itself. But, alright, this is a mulligan. This has nothing going on. This hand's a little bit better than a mulligan. I guess I'll put Echoing Truth to the bottom. Yep, that figures. Well, it wouldn't matter. They would have taken the Echoing Truth anyway, so. Yep, take Veil of Summer. Or they might just take Peer Through Depths. They don't have the discard spell. So, we didn't take out the 1 Nature's Claim, though, right? No, we left the Nature's Claim, and we left the, of course, the whatever in. So, that's good. This seems like, I guess this is probably just pretty easy Peer Through Depths, yeah. I don't know. Whatever, man. I guess the question really becomes, is Veil of Summer's potential drawing a card better than the Peer Through Depths guaranteed grabbing a card? Out of the top, what, 5? Let me guess. Discard spell. Nope, supplier, okay. Alright, mill yourself. Creeping Chill, that's fine. We obviously have a lot of building we gotta do here, so. I'm gonna reach through depths or reach through the mist this turn. Okay, there's another land, that's good. Well, that's another good one. Don't get me wrong, Past in Flames obviously not great with no graveyard here, and we didn't bring an Aria of Flame or anything like that, which could just outright be a mistake. It almost looks like though our opponent just had a hand of discard spell, leyline, and lands. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they actually have something here. Yeah, it looks like they got something here. Hard casting a prized amalgam. Seems good. Alright, let's just transmute here. Go get a Lotus Field, put it in our hand. This does make us susceptible next turn to a discard spell again, but again, we got so much setup we have to do. Plus finding that one Nature's Claim that I'm not super worried about this. Of course they got us. Alright, it's time to take the Psychic Puppetry and then just leave us with, again, nothing in hand. Yeah, we're just... This is rough, like... But, I mean, it's very clear that they're giving us plenty of time. Like, we're going to lose because we're not drawing the right cards, more so than we're going to lose because they had the disruption. Because they're not clocking us very well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a 4-turn clock now, so I guess it's a pretty good clock from this point forward. But up until now, they haven't had a clock on us. You know, they took Past in Flames. Wow, really? Okay. I'm super surprised by that. Alright, I'm going to take 4, go to 12 here. Wow. I almost feel like I want a Dream's Grasp to untap this next turn. But no, I feel like that's like crappy. I feel like that's not actually good. Yeah, we're just going to let it go and pass. We still have Veil of Summer up. We don't have Weather the Storm up, which does kind of suck, but... We only have 2 cards in hand, so I'm not super worried about what they could be having here. Alright, single Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba's not too scary. It does turn their clock from a 4 damage clock to a 6 damage clock now. Which, you know. Alright, draw for turn. It is a Pure Through Depths, huh? Well, what do you think, deck? Do we want to try to go off? I just don't think we have much time, so I think we do need to try to go off here, even though we don't have access to our graveyard at the moment. Alright, Ideas Unbound. Serum Visions, then 3 Twiddles. Yep. Let's go. Okay. Yes. Cast. Okay. Yes. Serum Visions. Bottom. Top. Then let's go ahead and go... One more untap. And we're just going to do this at this point to gain life. Because this will gain me a bunch of life. Can we do more than that? I guess we could go like green. I didn't cast a spell this turn. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Let's just do this. Let's go Weather the Storm. Alright, so that's... Alright, that only feels like a lot safer of an area to be in now. Oh, shoot. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about Ideas Unbound. Yep. Okay, that's alright. It's alright. We're fine. We're fine. Another ley line? Oh, cast, just hard cast, creepy chill. Okay. I was gonna say, another ley line's super awkward since we just kept this, like, literally dead Nature's Claim in our hand then. Yeah, we're just gonna pass the turn here. I mean, they have a decent clock now, like... Now I'm really glad we didn't try to cast any more spells just to gain some life, because we would have been, like, severely, like, hurt by that. Another hard cast creeping chill? Oh no, Hunt's dead. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are very nearly dead. I guess maybe I should have saved that for a storm count, right? Alright, well, we gotta survive. Somehow we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna at least go to 2, if not die, this turn, so. Come on, we gotta draw an Ideas Unbound or something when we untap, though. Nope. Alright, we just, we didn't draw it. Alright. That's alright, though. We are 3-2 to close out the league. Deck felt pretty good, not gonna lie. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. What are we calling that? Blue Blah or Dredgevine now? I guess. Yeah, we're gonna call it Dredgevine. Alright, so oh, that's not the deck. So overall, the deck's pretty sweet. Surprisingly resilient, surprisingly powerful. Definitely some awesome moments. Match 3 was insane. That was the one we lost, but we won game 1 through an Nihil Spellbomb. Yeah, super crazy. The deck's super fun. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know how good it actually really is, but it felt really fun. It felt good. Obviously, you have a hard time because you're such a deck that needs so many pieces that it is hard to sideboard well. But we can't beat them without our graveyard. We can, like, if we would have drawn better that turn that I forgot we had Ideas Unbound in that last match, we potentially could have gone off and won. Like that, and that's it. Like, you know, our opponents are smart. They didn't really concede. They didn't just quit. They made us have to find the combo. And with this deck, a lot of times you may not be able to find the whole combo. You may fizzle. That might happen. Which feels bad, but it does happen. Anyway, overall, I like the Sylvan Scrying still. I think they're good. Teleria West just feels super slow in a deck like this, but I get why it's there. It's a nice additional copy of the Lotus Fields. Lonely Sandbar, another weird one. I think it's fine, though. No reason to change it, really. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed playing this deck. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, anyway, this is basically going to be the style of How to Learn to Play series. With this one, I think we're done. I think we've accomplished the goal I was hoping for. We played it out. The deck did really well, and it was fun. You know, last week was a little rough for me trying to learn the deck, learn the interactions. This video and this league, I felt much more confident. I knew the deck better. I knew interactions better, and I kind of had a better plan moving forward. So, and I know I didn't explain it probably too well because a lot of it I was trying to not misclick. But anyway, I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, go and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of cool videos depending on what the ban and restriction Well, technically it'd be yesterday from the time you guys see this video. But if Mox Opal gets hit, stuff like that, that'll change what next week's video is going to be. But otherwise, I think next week's video is going to be the Jeskai Ascendancy with the Lurker of the Lock card, with whatever her name is. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys did enjoy this, please, it would help me out a ton if you'd share this video to your social media or whatever Magic playing groups you have. It helped me out a ton. Thank you so much, and I will catch you guys next time.